My dear child, you are well recognized and well loved. I have known you well since even before you were born. There in the peaceful haven of the womb, where the first tentative notes of life's symphony are heard, was me. I watched, heart full of love, as you set out on this amazing trip called life. My constant stream of advice and company is my unbroken presence in your life. I am the artist, and you are being tenderly fashioned on the life's potter's wheel, my dear creation. Every turn, every soft touch of the hands, changes you, and moves you closer to the picture of beauty, meaning, and happiness that I have always loved for you. There are others on this transformational trip. You are never by yourself, even if you ascend mountains of difficulties and stroll through valleys veiled by uncertainty. You feel my presence, a faint whisper in the chaos, a reassuring blanket in the cold. Recall that I am standing next to you, holding your hand and directing your steps. When suffering veils your days and the night seems unending, I get your frailty and humanity. The human heart and mind, albeit exquisitely created, are not without boundaries. Remember my greatest sacrifice when you feel lost and abandoned at your lowest points. I accepted loneliness and suffering and bore the greatest abandonment on the cross so that you, my dear one, would never have to bear your suffering alone. In every cry, sigh, heartbreak, and victory as well, I am there. The horizon of all life is unavoidably the shadow of death. It is, nevertheless, a doorway to greatness rather than a gaping chasm. I have turned even death, that ultimate and terrible enemy, into a brief rest before the start of an endless day by my crucifixion and victorious resurrection. Trust in me under the complexity and finality of life. I am your bridge across the chasm of non-being, and your guide through the maze of existence. Let this reality be your compass on your everyday path. I love you endlessly, without change, like a lighthouse in the night. Recall my presence is constant when you have doubts, or when your faith sways like a candle in the wind. I am the constant fire at night and the pillar of cloud by day, that guides you through the wilderness of life to a land flowing with milk and honey, a place of plenty and peace. The reminder of my loyalty is every morning, each sunset, evidence of my never-ending concern. See shades of my love for you in the majesty of creation, and the exquisite beauty of a single leaf. The cosmos, huge and breathtaking, is a canvas on which I have painted my devotional story, which culminates in the salvation I offer you. Come along for this epic story. There is a chance to get closer to me every second of your life, and every breath you take. There you will find me in the quiet of prayer, the song of worship, the deeds of love and generosity. As near as your pulse and as instantaneous as your thoughts, I am a priceless gift. Your existence offers the chance to grow in knowledge and stature and to feel the depth of my love. Locate the growth seeds in every problem. See the results of my favor in every happiness. Let your heart be a rich soil where faith grows, blooms, and flourishes every day. Recall in your contacts with others that they are also my cherished creations. As I have loved you, so show them love. In your kindness, let them perceive a reflection of my grace. Let them sense my kindness in your forgiveness. Permit people to come into contact with me through you. Fear not, too, as the dusk of your life approaches, and the light wanes and the shadows lengthen. For I shall be with you, as I have always been, to lead you through the darkness into the brightness of my everlasting day. Every hope will be realized there, in my presence. And every desire will have its answer. My child, go fearlessly, using my love as your sword and faith as your shield. Give your steps direction by the melody of my words. Every second of every breath, I am with you, guiding you ever higher into the depth of my happiness and the boundless beauty of my realm. You are immeasurably adored, eternally cherished, and forever kept in the embrace of my grace. Your golden thread is woven in the eternal tapestry, with the unbreakable threads of my undying love. Maintain your eyes on me and your heart tuned to my voice. And with us we shall go through this life, and into the amazing adventure that lies ahead. Blessed are you, my darling, who take comfort in waiting, because the seeds of faith grow well in your heart. Hidden power, an unseen tenacity that blossoms within, nourished by the soft rain of my presence, is waiting for you. As you wait, hear my love whispering. Every quiet time is an invitation to depend more on me. You want to plot your course, to make plans and see them through. But accepting the speed at which my grace comes is incredibly wise. You find a plethora of blessings in this surrender. Some hidden in the enigma of times to come, others blooming at your feet right now. You can get these benefits even though they are hidden in the mystery of the future. You gather riches for later on as you obey me. Tucked up in the future, these invisible treasures sprout in the ground of your trust. Their beauty is indisputable and their promise is clear, even though their shape is yet unknown. Concurrently, there are gifts of the present, blessings that dance and breath in time with your present waiting. A blessing in and of itself is the act of stopping in my embrace, and putting your soul in my care. It keeps you nimble, heart thumping with hope, eyes raised heavenward, soul poised on the toes of faith. By waiting, you recognize my authority, and take comfort in my love and goodness. You could not know why the delay occurred. It might be hidden in the middle of my bigger scheme. But when you decide to put your whole heart into trusting me, you are adorned with pleasure that defies circumstances, and serenity that beyond understanding. Recall, my child, that every waiting thread in your life becomes a very purposeful, divinely designed tapestry. Your waiting trip is a growing pilgrimage where trust is the destination, as well as the compass, not a route of indolence. Let my promises to fill your heart as you walk this road. I am waiting with you through the quiet, the uncertainty. I write your story, I design your days. I love you and my grace supports you in every pause, in every season of expectation. Celebrate this waiting period, since it is a hallowed place where love is always there. Faith is strengthened, and hope is sparked. Remember that I am God and that my intentions for you are ideal in this holy quiet. I have prepared a crop of blessings for you. Therefore trust me with all your heart. Happy are you who wait on me, because your endurance opens the door to unfathomable happiness and eternal tranquility. My love chases you passionately every day, in every breath you take, in the peaceful times and the busy hours. It is an endeavor sparked by an unfathomable degree of love, a love that permeates all aspects of your life, and leaves traces of me everywhere you go. Watch out, for my love shows itself in many ways, sometimes subdued, sometimes glaringly obvious. Scriptures are my whispers to your spirit, those old books that seem to speak directly to your present delight or struggle. Many times, my spirit arranges the supportive remarks that others say, a welcome balm for your tired heart. My plan includes even the so-called coincidences, which together create a tapestry of beauty and elegance in your life. View the surrounding beauty, which is a magnificent monument to my inventiveness and concern for you. Every morning, every flower in bloom, every sound of rustling leaves tells of my love. Not that my love is a passive force. It is vibrant, lively, bursting with warmth and light into the cracks in your existence. Please, open your heart to see these gifts. Note my work in the large and the small, the remarkable and the commonplace. There, in the calm comfort of a starry night, in the hug of a friend, and in the laughing of a child, I am. I beg of you to treasure these gifts far more than to just accept them. Tuck them into your heart, consider their significance, and give thanks for these ways that my love has shown itself. Not down them. Note these events so they can become enduring memories that serve as a reminder of my ongoing presence in your life. These symbols of my love are not only events. They provide your soul with food and strengthen you for the path ahead. Nothing in all of creation, not even hardship, can ever separate you from my love. You are held together in the worst of circumstances by this enduring, unbreakable link. My affection is a shelter from the strongest winds, and a lighthouse that leads you through storms. You have my affection at your side no matter what happens today or tomorrow. It is in the soft whisper of the early wind, the reassuring warmth of the sun on your skin, the unplanned call from a friend, the verse that speaks to your soul. Your life is a background music of my love. Joyful, peaceful, and hopeful tune. Accept my affection. It's the most valuable present I could give you. It should be your inner calm, the light guiding your way, and the power that gets you through difficult times. Remember that my love is following you around, ready to shower you with unimaginable blessings at every step you take. My travels create patterns that are incomprehensible to humans. Come to me, youngster, with a humble heart, bending before the infinite depth of my knowledge in respect. In your journey through life, it is necessary to understand the limitations of your finite mind. The cosmos develops in a complicated symphony, with tunes that are frequently incomprehensible to humans. Much of what happens in your life and, in fact, the outside world, is mysterious. This is not a reason for frustration, but rather an invitation to believe in my infinite wisdom. Awe-inspiring marvels abound in both heaven and earth. Make space in your path through the maze of life for the mysterious, the unfathomable, and the inexplicable. You are privileged to secrets that were hidden for decades, because you are standing on hallowed ground. Secrets that had been lost to the mists of time have been made clear by the revelations of the New Testament, by my incarnation, life, death, and resurrection. Now made clear, these realities provide a window into the eternal and a peek into the divine. You are very fortunate to possess this information, which is a priceless asset greater than the most expensive gold. Even with this knowledge, though, my methods of working in your world are frequently mysterious, paths obscured by a cloud of heavenly mystery. This fact forces you to make an important decision. Will the unknowable irritate you? Alternatively, will you tremble and marvel at the grandeur of my methods? Will you decide to put your faith in my experience, even when clouds of doubt obscure the way ahead? I would like you to be amazed with the breadth of my experience. I braid the strands of reality with an artistry and accuracy that is beyond human comprehension, much like a master artist. My methods are not your methods, not your thoughts, mine. All the same, every hue and thread in this heavenly tapestry has a function. When you're feeling uncertain and perplexed and the world seems to be a riddle, never forget that I am the one who orchestrates everything. An unfathomable love that wants your ultimate good is the source of my plans for you. When life's puzzles are unraveling, take comfort in my constant love and nature. As you go through life, let wonder to fill your heart. Accept the secrets all about you as essential to your spiritual development. Let them serve as a constant reminder of who I am and evidence that some things are better appreciated in wonder than studied in detail. Look to me when you're struggling with seemingly unsolvable problems, and the complexity of life feels too much. You will discover comfort and serenity in the middle of life's riddles when I am around. Put your faith in my incomprehensible wisdom, and permit the depth of my love and understanding to raise your heart to worship, affection and knowledge that include everything, from the biggest secrets to the tiniest details. You may be confident that I am with you on this trip, helping you through every bend and dip and high point. My roots are of righteousness, love, and peace. They are not traceable. Go with faith and let my unfathomable love and infinite wisdom to calm your heart. I give you a gift that is priceless, joy, on your trip through life. This brilliant gem is not only a decoration for your life. It is its basic nature and an essential for the journey ahead. Unpredictability, jolting shocks, challenging sharp curves, a sense of test and courage demanding are all part of the road you travel. Without joy, the trip gets heavy, and your spirit is crushed by hopelessness and fatigue. Recognize this basic reality. Joy has nothing to do with your situation. It is not a transient feeling sparked by simply good winds. Real happiness survives life's ups and downs. It is a condition of being firmly based in my trust and confidence. This is the reason that many times, people with modest worldly affluence exude an indescribable joy. When people trust me as their rescuer, Lord, and friend, they can enjoy a great joy even in their latter years. Accept the mission to bring happiness into the world. Let the warmth in your words, the resonance of your laughter, the curve of your smile, all of these things be reflections of mine. Living within of you, the Holy Spirit is always prepared to overflow with contagious pleasure. Ask Him to take up all of your living space. Ask to have His delight completely poured into you. Think on remaining near to me as you go through each day. In this proximity, in this personal walk with me, you will find the path of life illuminated. My presence is the haven where the greatest kind of happiness is discovered. Joy turns into your power and a source of energy that revitalizes your spirit. In the hallowed place of communion with me. Not that joy is a passive condition. Dynamic and active is it. It is a show of love, a testimony to hope, an expression of faith. Joy can be your compass and the prism through which you see the world as you negotiate the complexity of life. Let the joy within of you be a force that transforms, a light that warms, and a balm that cures in every contact. You are resonating with the heartbeat of heaven when you spread joy. It has an impact that goes beyond the immediate. Influencing lives in ways that are invisible. Your happiness turns into a song of freedom for the oppressed, a ray of hope for the tired, and consolation for the wounded. Recall that the quest of transient pleasures, or the accumulation of goods do not bring joy. It is found in the little moments, in the thankfulness for the commonplace, in the admiration of the commonplace. It is in the tranquility of a heart in prayer, the beauty of a sunset, the laughter of a kid. Let joy be your companion on this trip with me. Let that be your stronghold throughout difficult times. Make that your song at happy times. Let it comfort you in your darkest moments. Because there are joys forevermore at my right hand, and abundance of joy in my presence. Beloved, follow your joy as your guide and experience the depth of a life lived to the utmost of my delight. It is a wholehearted, long-lasting delight that is yours to have. You have been summoned from the darkness into the beauty of my amazing light in the great story of existence. This trip is a rise into the royal bloodline of my realm. Not just a change from darkness to light. I have wrapped you with my own righteousness robe, which is more than just clothing, giving you the grace and respect appropriate to my realm. These days, you are not just a night owl of my royal family. You are one of my own unique individuals and much loved. I am quite delighted in you and you belong to me. It is intentional and deliberate that I would choose to sing my praises to flawed people like yourself. I understand quite well your limits, the gap between your skills and the calling I have given you. This space is an essential component of my heavenly design, not a design defect. It draws you closer to me and helps you realize that you cannot fulfill this duty without my assistance, therefore increasing your awareness of your own inadequacy. This awareness should encourage you to rely more on my infinite sufficiency rather than depress you. You are not to dwell in your insufficiency. Rather, you are to concentrate on staying in intimate relationship with me. This awareness that you are dependent on my help should direct you in whatever you do and make whatever decisions you make. Live in the happy release of self-forgetting, rather than in the shadow of your failings. Your face becomes a mirror reflecting the brilliance of my surpassing grandeur as you come to me for all your needs. This reflection comes from a heart tuned to my grace rather than from self-effort. Your existence turns into a lighthouse of mine, evidence of the transforming potential of my presence. Perfection is not a need on this path of announcing my praises. Is a willing heart. Your flaws, your hardships, your mistakes are chances for my power to be shown in your life, not obstacles. I find my strength perfect in your frailty. Take up this calling bravely and with humility. Let your life be an exaltation of divine grace rather than an evidence of human ability. Allow faith to direct your feet, love to drive your deeds, and hope to inspire your words as you walk in my light. You participate in this heavenly dance as a member of a large group that I have arranged. You are called to shine, to be a group representation of my love and light in a world too frequently filled with darkness. Along with other members of my family, move confidently in the light that I have given you. Sheen shines brilliantly as one of the enormous constellation of my people, each of whom uniquely and exquisitely reflects my glory. Know that you are loved, prepared, and enabled by me to be a living example of my unfailing love and endless grace. As you travel from darkness to great brightness, I appeared like a lighthouse, to represent the very essence of light itself as much as to light up the planet. Beyond simple physical illumination, this light is a burning flame that darkness in all its manifestations can never put out. This heavenly light is ensured to shine continuously by my unlimited nature and omnipotence, which also removes shadows and unveils secrets buried deep in the darkness. You are now a child of light since you believe in me. This is a deep change inside your innermost self as much as an outward change. It's like looking through my eyes because of the brightness that is now inside of you. You have fresh insight and awareness about the world and its many complexity as well as the innermost parts of your heart. But this light also frequently causes pain because it reveals parts of your heart that have been hidden for a long time. It points up weaknesses, arouses long-buried resentment, and forces you to face your shortcomings head-on. Still, there is a reason for this discomfort. It is what starts repentance, which is an essential first step toward real liberation. You start your path towards freedom from the chains of previous transgressions and the shadow of shame as soon as you accept this light and follow my footsteps. Celebrate this informed viewpoint. It is a priceless gift. Think of the situation of people who are still searching for this light. By his craftiness, the God of this age has blinded a great number of people, blocking their vision and keeping them from seeing the brilliant reality of my gospel. Unaware of the splendor that could light their way and bring them to salvation, these souls wander in darkness. But such blindness does not bind you, my beloved. There is the awareness of my grandeur shining in your heart. This is a brilliant lighthouse guiding you across the turbulent waters of life, not a faint glimmer. It provides clarity when misunderstandings abound, comfort in difficult times, and insight in uncertain periods. There is company on your trip. Being a carrier of this heavenly light, you are expected to shine as a lighthouse for others. My light changed your life, and that can be evidence of my power and love. You might give a hint of the hope and tranquility I provide by reflecting the light of my presence in your words, deeds, and basic being. Recall the source of your light. When you're doubting yourself or the world seems too dark, my light never fails and my love never ends. I am with you always. Feel free to share the light with people who are still looking in the dark, and let this certainty to cheer you up. Laugh heartily, for you have been given the most valuable of gifts, the light of my presence within of you. It is a light that forgives as well as reveals, heals and forgives again. Walking boldly in this light, you will realize that it is the sign of real freedom, the roadmap for a life lived fully and gracefully, and the promise of a future full of glory and hope. With a heart full of delight, welcome this adventure. For in the light of my love you will discover the bravery to face the unknown, the power to battle darkness, and the peace that is beyond comprehension. This is the priceless gift from the one who loves you more than you can ever imagine, your heritage as a child of light. Joyfully let your light to shine, a ray of hope in a world that is yearning for the presence of God. Amen.